If your vision had a HUD like in video games, what information would you like to be displayed? That thing where you look at an NPC and it displays their name. And their interests. And their dick size. Technology really is stealing our jobs. Username checks out. He's been waiting for that opportunity. Icker laughing my butt off. I always assume accounts like that must be new, but who takes the time to do that? Dude's account is a year old though, so you are definitely right, laughing my butt off. I guess dick size comes up a lot though, so he probably has a lot of opportunities. How many dick pics do you receive? I tried to PM you but your mailbox is full. I tried to PM you but your mailbox is full. He only got one pic, but it's a really big pic. 1 kilobyte. TB. Brontobyte. Google it. Underrated. The dick size makes it matter. Especially their dick size. Also how you know them. Jane Doe, work, sits next to Mary Kay. I have had awkward convos with someone who I have no idea how I know them, only that I do. I worked 6 years in an office next to that one woman. We talked a lot to each other. Almost every day. When I left the company I went over to say goodbye, and this was the first time I realized that I have no effing idea what her name was. I mean, we didn't really had anything to do with each other work related. Just that our offices were next to each other. But it was still strange realizing that I don't know her name. Since then, I make a real effort to remember names early. That was a lot of college courses for me. If instructors didn't take roll, you wouldn't hear people's names often, but you'd get into casual conversations with classmates over the course of several class sessions and never know their name. In my lab courses I yell out, make sure to introduce yourself to your lab partner when they get started on the first day to avoid this. Got to give them a little nudge towards social aptitude. Social what now? I think they said social suicide. Dwight Schrute. Tall. Beats. And then it shows their affection towards you, current mood, conversation options with likelihood of success for each one. Slowly, life will become The Sims. Greet, flirt, hug, kiss. We're married now. Then you have a baby who develops into a child and then never grows into an adult, because you bought The Sims and not The Sims 2 or later. XD. That would be nice if I had a death note. Half your life may be too much of a cost though. Rear view for a start. A proximity meter would be cool and maybe a little less intrusive than a persistent video feed of what's behind you. Personal HUD gone wrong, beep. 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 A map. I have no sense of direction whatsoever. Smartphone GPS changed my life. This. A little mini map in the corner, that I can zoom in and out, and that shows the location of important things and people. Hunger bar. Sometimes I can't tell if I'm hungry or bored. Add a subsection bar for hydration status and electrolyte balance. I want to see that bitch refill when I chug a tall glass of water. Electrolytes? The things plants crave? A tall glass of water? Like from the toilet? You called? Yeah, you're definitely bored. Names. I see so many people who can call me by name, and I am like, hey, mate. Original poster replies. Been there, done that, laughing out loud. Got to half your remaining lifespan though. A pause menu with a manual in it. And options in the pause menu, especially options. Redo character customization. Enable debug mode. I'd be happy with a way to up my resolution. Then I wouldn't need glasses. Granted. You now have the highest resolution vision of any being, and can see everyone's pores at all times. These graphics are great. But now I'm lagging too much to do anything. Plug a new poo into your butt. That's a very graphic image. Take my upvote and get out. Great. Thanks to 8K Vision TM, I can worry about what others look like instead of what I look like. As long as I never look in a mirror or look at photos of myself, I'm gorgeous. Quit without saving. I mean, technically that's suicide, isn't it? The option to invert the camera is necessary. Person assumes weird position for sex. Scan, pause. This tutorial shows me what to do. How to avoid aging, how to find happiness, how to hear dog's thoughts. I don't know, but my mom needs an effing compass. Holy crap, it is so frustrating going anywhere with her BC. She has no idea what direction she's going. Sounds like she needs one of those little glowing trails, as the compass would probably still confuse her. As a directionally challenged person, I agree. I have a compass in my car, does nothing. Was going to say, most cars actually have compasses built in. I can't imagine it actually helps anybody these days. Effing compass. One that points to hot singles in your area? Well, for some people it just points to a sex toy shop. Why would I need a compass that always points at me? Just kidding, I'm not single. We should form a partnership. If you've got hotness covered, I've got single. North just got a whole lot sexier ingle. Partnership. Single. Got some bad news for you, bud. An effing compass. To be honest, a Fallout 4 style compass that I could glance at to see my distance from important, preset landmarks like work, home, family and friends' houses, etc. would be amazing. I want an active weapon image box like in GTA, but it's just whatever the F is in my hand at that moment. My favorite weapon would either be a cardboard box or a box cutter. Mine would be my phone. Mouse here. Okay, mouse, what would be your handheld weapon? I don't know, a piece of cheese probably. Can confirm, just select it from the cheese wheel on the pause menu. Offensive or defensive style? I'd like that feature, too. Also, happy cake day. Original poster replies. That would be super useful. Sometimes I recognize a face and just can't place where I know them from. Walks into shop. Dad? Boy, that line for cigarettes is no joke. This shop doesn't even sell packs of cigarettes. You lied to me. Well, not anymore, that's how long the line was. If it could guess mood based on facial expression/body language. I am unfortunately not always great at picking up on those myself. There are certain times when I should just leave my wife to her thoughts or try to cheer her up when she has the angry-/annoyed emoji over her head. Edit, well, that was an unfortunate autocorrect. Change cheat back to cheer. Please, change cheat to chat. Laughing out loud. God, that would be fantastic to have. I have face blindness too and I work as a deli cook. Do you know how offended people get when they handed you their ticket? You said to their face you'd make it for them, and when you come out with it 15 minutes later you ask who had this? It's like they take it as a personal attack. It would be so much easier if life had a HUD like in those food tycoon games where it shows the order over the person's head. I agree, tiny bits of info such as Sabrina, 35, into cats. Or Veronica, 32, into doggy. Would be so helpful. You crafty bastard. Marrow, 89, she does. Yes, this internet was telling me that face blindness to one extent or another could affect up to 1/50th the population. We have this now. On Microsoft Teams, it says the person's name. If you hover over them it gives you more details, and who can see where they're based, who their manager is, their job title. This is a great compromise for privacy. Facial recog but without Orwellian lookup. Just use the face to access my personal database entry for them. That guy who cut me off in traffic that one time. My neighbor, who I owe $10 to. Edit, in 4 people sell data on people they've observed. The less I know about other people's affairs, the happier I am. I'm not interested in caring about people. I once worked with a guy for 3 years and never learned his name. Best friend I've ever had. We still never talk sometimes. A radar would be nice. As an introvert, I enjoy chilling in a place alone, where I can do what I want, be loud on my own. Sometimes in midst of it, people will just be in that space and it kind of dulls the moment. Quest tracker / marker. Holy effing crap, I have severe ADHD. I can't ever remember what the F I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be doing it, and what I need to do it. It would give me so much ease of life to have that constantly. If we are being honest, I don't think it will help. Cause I know every time I think of something new to do, it's going to just pile up until I can't see, like playing Skyrim and selecting all the quests at once, and it would make me bounce around even worse than before. Well, yes, but it's not like always on. You can open the list and you can also abandon quests. Abandoning quests is what I spent all my skill points on. I majored in abandoning quests. Never graduated, though. There is an optional quest in your area. Reminders to take my medications. Call an audible. I set alarms on my phone for that. And for getting up in the morning. And for my favorite TV shows. And for various video game related event timers. And all appointments go on my calendar app. Hell, I use my phone way more than a clock/calendar than as a phone. I have alarms set for my kids to be getting their shoes on to go out for the bus. An alarm to be on the lookout for their bus coming home. An alarm as my 5-minute warning that I have to leave for work. An alarm set up 10 minutes before I close the shop. Alarms for everything, smiley face. Sometimes I'm good at keeping an eye on the time, sometimes I get too into cleaning, project, etc. and completely space on the time. Crap. Thanks for the reminder. HP low, take medications to recover HP. Takes 200 mg Seroquel XR 20 horsepower restored, -30 charisma and -100 vigilance for next 8 turns. Calories burned since waking up, calorie intake since waking up, the time, and if I'm going somewhere new, the directions. Original poster replies. Second this. Good choices. Add to that some nutrient bars to see which ones you need more of and which ones you already have plenty. I know I've had my quota of carbs, I just like them. Get off my back, Hudson. I want to add the charge meter version of this, so I can tell how soon I need to eat how much. I struggle with that. Overall health, tiredness, energy, BS meter. Daily calories consumed, daily calories burned. Daily calories consumed, overflow error. Daily calories burned, underflow error. Excretory tract, flow error. Scanning levels, 9.4, 10 horniness, warning excessive levels. Hey, I like your hair, do you want to go into that empty room and talk about your favorite stuff? Time till the next poop. Inside house, 2 hours. Outside house, postponed indefinitely. Mine is reversed, because I get the anxiety poops. Basic stuff like the speed and heading that I'm traveling and the amount of energy I have left before needing to eat or drink. Something like in some Final Fantasy games where collectible items have a glowing outline. But it only shows up when I'm looking for the item. Health status. Know the instant you develop a dangerous disease or illness. By far the most useful bit of information you could ever display. Room engagement. Knowing exactly how well you're doing in a conversation or lack thereof is a phenomenal superpower. Rear vision. Literally just the power to see behind you. Estimated chance of success. Real-time likelihood of getting something right before you do it. Account balance. Direct information about the amount of money you have in the bank, it'll be useful. Recent thoughts. Just to keep track of it. Upcoming tragedies. See the future. Knowing exactly how well you're doing in a conversation or lack thereof is a phenomenal superpower. Warning, room engagement level critically low. Warning, abnormal anxiety spike detected. Benzodiazepine pod ready. Dispense? Yes. No. Beta blocker pod ready. Dispense? Yes. No. Upcoming tragedies. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. I have the word tragedy set to a certain quote on my phone's autocorrect, so if I don't be careful I can just. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side that he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. He became so powerful. The only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, which eventually, of course, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew, then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. Ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself. r/unexpected prequels. Reddit link. Never read the recent thoughts section, though. It'll just create a feedback loop. Edit. Web link. Mental health stats would be awesome. Standard HP but then a social, creative, contrast, etc. so I could easily know what I'm missing that's causing me to struggle more some weeks than others. I'm not stressed. The stress meter has gained 10 points, AUG. One of the worst things about anxiety attacks is getting anxious about the fact my body is feeling anxious but my brain doesn't know why I'm anxious. UI. I feel anxious. Is something wrong? Loading. 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 UI? Loading. 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 Is something bad? Should I feel bad? Loading. 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 What is happening? You are, almost, fine, almost? An honesty meter that floats above each person in my line of sight and whether they have good or bad intentions towards me highlighted by a red or green outline. Also, a compass that points to what I truly desire, a bit like Jack Sparrow's in Pirates of the Caribbean. My compass would always be pointed towards the nearest Taco Bell. Yes, this, a meter where you can see their opinion of you like -100 to 100. Current time, weather, date, bank account balance, MP. If I had a HUD clock I'd probably go completely insane. I'm already ruled by the clock, I don't want it leering over me 24/7 as well. I'd love to have a quest log with the crap I need to do for the day. I'm terrible with managing and remembering to do things. After the vaccine, activate Windows. Who is looking at me and not past/through me? Locations of horny MILFs in my area. With R, Pokemon Go becomes Pokemon Yo. You haven't optimized your ability to bang horny MILFs until you have used augmented reality, R, bruh. My account balance, so I know why I must go to work every day. I'd like to add motivation and mood levels to that. Then you can determine the amount of money you have/need and compare it to your motivation to get money and cross-reference that with how sad you are. Then if you have enough money and sadness and no motivation you'll know when to call out. Gaydar. Or some kind of interest meter. Dating would be so much easier. Location of pets and what is currently in their mouth. I have a 5-month-old puppy. blood alcohol level, or even just an intoxication meter. Once it gets full, you throw up or experience the side effects strong enough that the overall experience won't be pleasurable. Would work for any other substances you take as well. Information about my car's extended warranty. Just wait a few hours, you'll get one final call. Show compatibility levels. Could get weird quickly with family members, depending on how it works. Where you see weird, I see opportunities. O_O. Damage dealt to things. Punch or kick something, a number meaning the damage dealt to it will pop up for 2 seconds. Horizon Zero Dawn style, mark nearby people and see their path, so I can avoid them. The ability to override machines and make them do stuff for me. A luck radar telling me which way to go for the best random things to happen, and to avoid the bad ones. Clock, range to object, direction/GPS, radar, 100-foot radius to track living things, moving objects and things I'm looking for, wiki summary of what I'm looking at, 112x zoom, night vision mode, names of people I know and how I know them, this, God I need this, screenshot, calculator, shopping list, schedule and YouTube. Probably health, thirst and hunger bar. Readings to measure the agility of this bitch. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.